So how do you make money with a real estate license? And because you're watching this video, I'm assuming that you know how to make money the traditional way, listing and selling houses. So let's talk about some of the other ways, unique ways that you can make money leveraging your real estate license. I've got a great one because I was a realtor back in the day. Today, I'm an attorney, but back in the day when I was in law school, I was a real estate agent and I was doing innovative things. So what I was doing was on the investment side of things. I was buying properties at tax sales and mortgage foreclosure sales. I was fixing them up and reselling them. And I used, as a real estate agent, my access to the MLS to understand about values. I used to list and sell my own properties so I could save on the commissions. And I was really involved in the real estate market, so I knew a lot about values. So that was a great way for me to use my real estate license to make money. Also, the fact that I was a real estate agent gave me more credibility in the eyes of lenders and investors, so I was more easily able to raise money for my deals. Not saying it was always easy, but I was able to raise the money to buy properties, fix them, and resell them. And I did well with that business, so I liked it. So that is one way you can do it. If you want to learn more about that, maybe look into mortgage foreclosure sales and tax foreclosure sales and ways to buy properties at bargain prices, and that can be a good thing to do. Another way to go is a really interesting business that I have called Overages. Now, Overages is the business of helping people who've lost a property at a foreclosure auction, either tax or mortgage foreclosure auction, recover monies from that sale. And how would that work, you wonder? How do you get money back from those things? Well, if the property sells for more than the amount that was owed, that extra money is available for the former homeowner to apply for. And most people don't know this. Former owners don't know it. They have no idea. They think, well, they took my house, so I guess they keep the money. That's not true. What is true is that, yes, they sold your house for sure. But they, either the taxing authority, if it's a real estate tax sale, or the mortgage company, what they're entitled to is the money that they're owed. So they collect their taxes on their mortgage, plus the cost of the sale and interest and things like that. But they're entitled to that, and anything over and above that should go to you. Now, why is that? Because it represents equity in your house. It's nothing that they need to cover their debt. So I can tell you as an attorney, the law of the land is that when there's extra money left over, it has to be made available for the former owner to claim. Now, most of the time, people never claim it. Government statistic is that 72% of the time, the people don't claim their money. So most of the time, almost 3/4 of the time, the money sits there, and what happens to it is the government just keeps it. And in most states, when it sits there for too long, the government keeps it forever. It just forfeits to them. So you don't want to be in that position. So what we do in this business is we get the lists of monies that are being held. We look over the list, we pick out the ones that are worth pursuing, meaning there's enough money, and often this money is, I'd say the sweet spot is $50,000 to $90,000. It's a common claim size, and there are plenty of them, and it's meaningful money to get people back. Now, of course, they're smaller claims. They're claims that are, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, absolutely. But the sweet spot is really $50,000 to $90,000 claims, which really is like the middle of the bell curve. If you think of that, you've seen a bell curve. It's kind of like this normal distribution. I would say the middle of that bell curve is $50,000 to $90,000, which is great money because when you get that money back for people that have lost their house at tax sale, they are shocked, they are tickled, they are excited, and it's really a new lease on life for them. And what you get paid is a percentage of what you recover. So just like a contingent fee attorney, you do the work. When you win, you get paid. Now, you don't need to be an attorney to do this. This is not necessary to be an attorney. If you ever need an attorney, there are plenty of them to hire. But for the most part, this is not a legal thing. This is just doing the effort and getting that money and getting it to people and getting a portion for yourself. I love the business because I help people and I make great money for myself and my family, but in a way that is really helping people. Otherwise, they're just kicked to the curb. I mean, when you lose your house, it's devastating to people emotionally. It's devastating financially because how are they going to get another house? Their credit is shot. They have no savings. They've lost everything. So there's not a great opportunity for them to get back on their feet. But through our efforts, we can help them get back on their feet. And you can join in this. So if you want to learn about this business, which is a great business that you can do as a real estate agent, and I think you'll have extra credibility in this business as an agent, then very easy. I have a free video up here on YouTube. It's about 15, 20 minutes long. It's not terribly long, where I go deeper into the overages business and introduce you to this and get you an idea so you can know, is this the idea you're looking for? Because if you're asking this question about, how do I make money as a real estate agent, obviously you're looking for something a little more innovative and different other than just listing and selling houses. And this may be just your ticket in this related business of overages. So click on the link down below and I'll see you over at the intro to the Overages Business video. It's attorney Bob Diamond. See you over there in a minute.